So we're group 5 and we made Investment Valley. And our project goal was to teach people about financial related knowledge and learn by playing a game that's interactive with different investment tools and to learn without risking your own money.
Okay. Hey, I'm Jen here. So during the early stages of the project, I made a concept sketch. So here you can see the left side, there's a character in the middle of the map, and the character can move to different buildings do to use different investment tools. And we offer various kinds of investment tools for the game. So, for example, you can trade the stocks in the stock building, and stocks, are risky, but with high risk comes high return. And you can also go to the save the bank to save money in the bank. It's low risk, but with low return. And after the sketch, the right hand side, you can see I make a map and put the building images on it via Photoshop. So I created a character and make it move using the arrow keys. And I added the animation for the character so just makes it feel more smooth. And for the collision detection, because you don't want the character to step through the building, so I also implemented the collision detection for all buildings. So now character will stop in front of the buildings. Timer and balance. I also added a timer of 5 minutes for each round. So when the time is up, your score will be the total balance amount, and the initial balance will be $1,500. So it is important for the player to make use of different kinds of investment tools to make as much money as possible. I also implemented two kinds of intro screens. So the first time play will not show any score, and the second one will show your score from the last play. So you will know your score after each round. And so that's basically my part for the project. And the biggest challenges I have faced is that because I created GitHub project repository, so I have to merge all the codes from team members and debugging and resolving the conflicted codes. So that's a hard part for me, but it takes a long time. But I was able to overcome it and learn a lot from it.
Hello, I'm Dylan, and the first thing I did for the project is allow the player to interact with the buildings. As you can see in this video here, basically to do it, you just press enter when you are in front of a building. It's just the universal button. You press enter, and you can see the player right now is going through the bank and to the stock building. And it's pretty simple. It was pretty easy to implement. This is obviously important for playing the game. The next thing I implemented was a menu for the bank and also adding interest. It's a little cropped out. Actually, it's not cropped out here. But basically, this is where the player has all their money. This is where their total balance is from all the money they've earned. And it also gives the player interest at the end of every daily reset. As you can see, the time left, then the day resets. The player will get 5% of whatever they have as their balance. It's quite generous. It just allows the player to have a little bit of extra money. I know in the beginning we said that it would be low, it would be safe to put money in the bank and you would get low interest on it. I decided to give it a little bit more, and in the little note there at the bottom you can see it says 5%. So the next thing we implemented was the real estate building. Basically, this is just one of the first ways to invest, and what the player can do is they can go through and they can see all the options they have, and there are different options that may have different consequences, and the idea is that they will either get a benefit or they will either gain money or lose money depending on what they invested in.
All right, so I implemented the stock building, which allows the player to buy and sell stocks. Either they lose money or they make money, depending on what type of stock. they invest in, um, and that is directly subtracted or added from the balance. So I implemented 5 types. There was growth, dividend, ETFs, penny stocks, and defensive stocks. Each one has their own risk and reward level. Obviously, like a penny stock has a very slim chance of like a very good outcome. Most of the time, it's going to be bad, but that outcome can fluctuate depending on your investment. And so we allow the user to select from one of those, buy it, and then depending on which type they'll either make money or lose money.
I did the casino building, and what it does is it allows you to play roulette, choose a number 0 to 36 or a color, black or red. Betting on the correct number pays the user 35 to 1, and betting on the correct color pays the user 2 to 1. You can also bet on green technically, but you just need to put on the color 0 or the number 0. Pretty much the entire roulette was made with one library being random, and it just does simple math to determine if you're a winner. The lottery is very simple. In our case, it has a win probability of 0.03 or 3%, and it uses random once again to just see if it picks a random number, and if it's below 0.03, the user would win. If it's not, the user would win. The tickets cost $50, and winnings are randomly decided between $500 and $25 using the random library once again.